Hi, welcome everyone. So today's program is on to interface and control a DC motor for Embedded Controller Lab 6th semester. Speed of the DC motor is controlled using this program. So how this DC motor speed is controlled? So here we are using PWM technique to control the speed. So here PWM technique, as we know, we have seen in our previous videos. So PWM technique uses this, we are changing the duty cycle of the signal. So by keeping its total time period constant, so we change only the duty cycle. So as we change the duty cycle, the average output voltage is also changed. For 0% duty cycle, output voltage is 0. For 25%, for 0 to 5 volts, 5 volts voltage, average output will be 25% of this 5 volts, that is 1.25 volts. For 50% duty cycle, the output will be average output will be 2.5 volts. So using this PWM technique, we are controlling the output voltage, average output voltage. So by controlling this output voltage, we can control the speed of the DC motor. So if we are giving a less voltage to the DC motor, a voltage, if it is less, the speed of the DC motor is also slow. So it will rotate in a slowly. So if the voltage is high, if I take 100% duty cycle, so if the voltage for this 100% duty cycle is full voltage, that is 5 volts. So if we give 5 volts for a DC motor, it will rotate in a very fast. Normally it will be in a fast rotation. So it will be high speed. So if it is reduced, the duty cycle is reduced to 75%, the duty cycle is reduced, average output voltage is also reduced, the speed of the motor is also reduced. So we can see that when we do this, when we send this program to the hardware kit, and we can observe the speed of this DC motor. So for 0% duty cycle, no output, the motor will be in off condition. So see the program. First, we know that we should add this LPC hex files. We need to include this. Next, we will have some delay program. We need this delay program. That's why we have written this delay program. And next, we need to configure this PWM in our LPC 1768. So PWM. So if you want to refer this PWM, you can refer our previous videos. That is on PWM waveform, to generate PWM waveform and to vary its duty cycle. So same thing we are using. There we were using PWM1. So we have 6 PWM pins. So there we are using PWM1. Here we are using PWM3. First, I will define some values. So the values 0. This is the pin number for counter enable. Pin number 2 is for the PWM enable. Pin number 1 is for PWM MR0R, that is match register 0. So pin number 11 is for PWM enable. So pin number 4 is for PWM3. Next, in the main program, as we know that we need to initialize the system initialization program. We'll call that initialization program. So we need one variable called as duty cycle. So that variable is given with the integer data type. Next, we'll configure this PWM module. So to configure this, we need to first select this port pin P2.2 as our PWM pin. So to select this P2.2 as our PWM pin, so we need to send a value 1 to this pin number 4. Next, we will enable the counters. So in PWM, we have a few counters and we need to enable that. We need to set some register values. We'll set all that things. So first we'll set this TCR. So in timer control register, bit number, the C and counter enable bit, that is bit number 0 and bit number 2 should be set as 1, because we are enabling this counter and PWM. That's why these two bits are set, PWM enable and PWM counter enable. Next, we need to set some values to our prescaler register, that is PR register. So in our case, we are using 0. Next, we need to give some values for match control register. We need to enable this match control register such that say if it matches timer counter and MR0, it will reset the PWM MR0. So that's why we are using this MCR, match control register. Next is match register. So match register, we have different match register. Match register 0 is used to store the total time period, on time plus off time. So in our case, it is 100. Next, we'll enable this PWM3 by using this PCR register. So PWM3 pin is this one. So we'll pin number 11. So we'll enable this by using this instruction. So in a while loop, so overall this is an while loop. While loop is continuous, the motor will be running in a continuous loop, so until we stop the program or else we'll turn off the system. First thing, I will give some values for the MR3. Why we have used MR3, match register 3? Because we are using PWM3, that's why we are using match register 3. So we'll give the duty cycle value. So what is the duty cycle value? So duty cycle value can be any value initially. Right. So next, we'll have some delay. So within that, we'll check one more thing, that is we are taking some inputs. So input is switch number 23. If the switch 23 is pressed, this instruction will detect that pressed of the switch number 23. If the switch is pressed, so we'll decrement the duty cycle. For an example, if the duty cycle initially we have 50% duty cycle, so if I press this switch, so it will be reduced to 40%. So that reduces the output, average output voltage, that reduces the speed of the DC motor. So once it reaches, if the duty cycle is less than 0, so duty cycle will be made 0. So if I press this switch number 22, so it will increment the duty cycle by means of 10. So if I press this for one time, the duty cycle will be incremented 10%. So if I take initially duty cycle was 0, so if I press this switch number 22, so it will increment this duty cycle to 10 and this motor will start rotating. So if I press once again, it will increase this speed. Press the switch for one more time, it will increase the duty cycle and it will increase the speed of the motor. So once it reaches the 100% duty cycle, motor will be in a maximum speed. So if it reaches 100%, greater than 100% the value of duty cycle, so we'll set the value to 99 itself. So we'll go up to duty cycle of 99. So thus, by using this program, we can control the speed of the DC motor. So we have two loops. The first if loop is for to increment decrementing the speed. So this loop else if loop is for incrementing the speed of the motor. So we have the switches on the hardware kit. So we use these switches. Switch 23 pin number 11 is used to detect this switch 23 is pressed. Pin is pressed off switch 22. Keel Microvision. So we'll create a new project. So we'll give a name DC. We'll select the microcontroller LPC 1768. So this is a microcontroller. We'll select that. We'll add a startup file. So you can see that the startup file is added. So now we'll take a new file and write the program. So we'll write the program and save this program. So we'll save with the name dc.c. Here the extension should be .c. So because we are writing in a C program. So once we have written the program, so we'll save this. Next we'll check for the target options. So here in this target options, we'll go for output and we'll check for this create hex file. Next, we'll add our DC file, dc.c file. So right click on source group, add existing file. So our file name is dc.c. So we'll add this. So we need to add one more file, that is system lpc17xx.c file. So we'll add that also. So we should observe that we should have three files: startup file, DC file, and system file. Next, after we will save this file, so we'll build this file. So it will check for errors and warnings. So if you have any errors or warnings, it will be shown here. So one warning, we need to give this enter. So again, we'll rebuild this. So we'll have 0 errors and 0 warnings. So now we'll send this program to our hardware kit. I use this Flash Magic. So in this Flash Magic, we know the setup. So we'll select this LPC1768 device COM3. So why we use this COM3? Because when I connect to my hardware kit, so it will show that it has been connected to COM3. So I have removed this kit. So once I connect this kit, it will show that. So it is connected to the ports and it is connected to COM3. That's why we are using this COM3. Next, baud rate is 9600, interface is none ISP, oscillator frequency is 12 megahertz. In step 2, we'll erase all the flash code. So we'll check this first option. Next, we'll select the hex file. So hex file is dc.hex. So we'll select that. Next, in the fourth step, we'll check for the verify after the programming. Next, we'll start the program. So before we click on the start, we need to check that. So the switch programming and execution mode switch on the hardware kit, it should be in programming mode, and we should press this reset button. So if I start this, so it will program and it will verify and it will give a message finished. So once it is finished, we'll see the output in the hardware kit. So once we have sent the program of a DC motor, so before sending we need to check this power supply USB cable. So and this switch will be in the programming mode when we are programming the device. Next, we'll connect the DC motor to this jack. So here it is given DC motor block. We will connect the DC motor. So once we connect the DC motor, it will start running because it is getting the 5 volts from this kit. That's why it is running. Next, so if I change this from programming to execution mode and if I reset, so it will be in the off condition. So here we have two switches. So the switches names are switch 23 and 22. So if these switches are pressed, the speed of the DC motor can be controlled. Now the speed of the DC motor is off. The DC motor is not rotating. So if I press this switch once, so it will rotate in the slow speed. So this is a DC duty cycle of 10% duty cycle. So if I press once again, so the duty cycle will be increased and the duty cycle is 20%. The next, it is 30%, 40, 50. So once it reaches its maximum duty cycle 100%, so if I press 10 times and more than 10 times, it will be in maximum duty cycle and the speed of the motor is maximum. So if I want to reduce the speed, so another switch, so to reduce the duty cycle. So once if I press once, the duty cycle is reduced to 90, 80, 70, 60, 50, 40. So you can observe that the speed of the motor is reduced 30, 20. So you can observe that the speed of the motor is reduced 10% duty cycle. So if I press once again, the DC motor will stop because this time the duty cycle is 0. So this is how we will control the DC motor by using the internal PWM and the switches.